Happy First Chapter Friday. We're going to read aloud from the book, The Kids in Mrs. Z's Class. This is the first book in the series, and this is written by Kate Messner, and she writes the Ranger in Time series, the History Smashers series, and the Wildlife Rescue series. So I think you will like this book. So check this book out or others in the series. This book is called Emma McKenna Full Out. Chapter 1. Ready? Okay. Emma McKenna put on her leggings and a bright orange shirt. Nope. She put on her cheer outfit. Nope. She put on purple shorts, a black tee, and her rainbow hoodie. Nope, nope, nope. She needed a first day of school outfit that made her look interesting and fun. An outfit that said, "Here is someone cool to be friends with." An outfit that said, "There is no reason whatsoever to make fun of this nice person or their tired old dog, even if he does have a weird, wrinkly Yoda face." Emma put her cheer outfit back on. It didn't say anything that she was hoping for, but it was the best she could do. She went downstairs and grabbed a banana for breakfast. "Can I have your peel?" asked Abby. "No, it's my turn," said May. She snatched it, dropped it, stepped on it, and flailed her arms. Whoa! Then she crashed dramatically to the floor. Slipping on banana peels was the twins' favorite thing, ever since Dad showed them an old TV show where three men who spent all day smashing cream pies in people's faces and slipping on banana peels. 4-year-olds and dads thought weird things were funny. "Hey, what's today?" asked Abby. "Tuesday," said Mom, who was just coming downstairs. "National Skyscraper Day," said Emma. She loved unusual holidays as much as the twins loved banana peels. "Can we go see a skyscraper?" Abby asked. Emma shook her head. "There are no skyscrapers in Peppermint Falls. But we can build a block tower later." A car horn beeped outside. "Dad's waiting." Mom blew Emma a kiss. "Have a great first day." "You're quiet today, Emma Bemma." Dad liked to make up rhymes for everyone's names, except for Mom, who told him a long time ago that if he called her Lydia Squidia one more time, she'd pop him in the nose. "Are you nervous?" "Not really." Emma looked out the window as they passed her old school. This year, she was starting 3rd grade at a brand new school called Curiosity Academy. "It's all right to feel jittery," Dad said, "especially since you don't know the kids in your class." "I'm more excited than nervous." It was true that Emma didn't really know any of her classmates. That meant she wouldn't have friends right away. But it also meant she wouldn't have enemies. And that was more important. "All set?" Dad pulled into the drop-off circle. "Yep." Emma got out of the car and walked up the steps to the big double doors. Then she paused for a moment. "Ready? Okay." That was how Coach Kayla taught them to start cheers. Thinking it helped Emma feel ready for other things, too. She took a deep breath and stepped inside. Mrs. Z's room was upstairs at the end of the hall. It had big kid desks pushed together to make tables. It had a whiteboard up front and a cage on the windowsill with a fluffy guinea pig named Honey. It had a choice time area where you could build robots or write stories or look at things under a microscope. Best of all, it had Mrs. Z. Her real name was Mrs. Zamora, but everyone called her Mrs. Z. Emma loved how zippy that sounded. She loved how Mrs. Z had called her students curiosity seekers and problem solvers at the summer open house. She loved Mrs. Z's bright orange sneakers and her fun science jewelry. Today, her earrings were dangly dragonflies. "Hello, Emma." Mrs. Z's dragonflies sparkled in the light. "Find your seat and we'll get this day started." Emma found her name card. Her table neighbors, Poppy, Rowan, and Olive, were just arriving too. Poppy's backpack had colorful keychains hanging off the zippers. Rowan's had cartoon sharks with a briefcase under its fins. Olive's school bag looked homemade with patches of fabric sewn on like a collage. "Hi," Emma smiled her best cheer smile. Rowan and Poppy said hi back, and Olive gave a quiet wave. Emma liked them already. They were maybe friends, filling in other tables too. Emma remembered Thunder and Carlotta from the open house. She recognized a quiet boy named Stephen who'd been there as well. Also Memo, but now his leg was in a cast. Emma hoped she'd get to sign it. She'd always wanted to break something so people could sign our cast. All right, friends, Mrs. Z said, let's talk about our classroom community. She went over the rules and announced some fun third grade activities. The daily scribble was when everyone wrote exactly for 5 minutes. Mrs. Z set a timer that looked like an egg. We'll have special classes every week. There's art, gym, library, and music. Mrs. Z put a schedule on the board. The only class Emma cared about was music. In third grade, you got to play an instrument. Emma was going to choose the flute. Last summer, she'd gone to a jazz festival with Mom, and the lady who played the flute made it sound like a super happy bird. Tweedly-deet, tweedly-deet-deet, tweedly-deet, tweedly-deet, tweedly-deet. Well, hello there, Mrs. Z said to someone at the back of the room. Emma was still looking at the special schedule. They probably wouldn't give out flutes the first day. Maybe by the end of the week, that was okay. She could practice all weekend. Sorry, I'm late, the person said. Emma froze in her seat. She knew that voice. It was the last person in the world she wanted to see. Okay, this is good. I'm going to read the next chapter. Chapter 2, Anyone But Lucy. No, no, no. It couldn't be Lucy. Lucy wasn't going to Curiosity Academy. She hadn't been at the open house. This late person only sounded like Lucy. That was possible, right? Emma turned around. Where should I sit? Asked the person who had not only Lucy's voice, but also Lucy's pigtails, Lucy's overalls, and Lucy's shark-tooth necklace. Also, Lucy's big blue eyes, which got bigger when they landed on Emma. Can I go to the nurse? Lucy blurted. What's wrong? Mrs. Z asked. I need to go to the nurse. Mrs. Z raised her eyebrows and hurried Lucy to the door. She turned back to the class and pointed to the board. Go ahead and start the daily scribble. The daily scribble for Tuesday, September 3rd. What are you most looking forward to this year? 5 minutes ago, Emma could have answered that question just fine. Not anymore. Lucy ruined everything. I am looking forward to my new classroom. Not with Lucy in it. I am looking forward to learning to play the flute. What if Lucy chose the flute too? I am looking forward to moving up a level in cheerleading. I can do back handsprings now. Last year I could only do cartwheels. Emma sighed. Cartwheels were what got her an enemy in the first place. I am looking forward to going home to see my dog. Emma looked at the clock. It was only 10 a.m., 5 more hours to go. After the daily scribble, everyone got to share one interesting thing about themselves. Fia had just moved to Peppermint Falls from Trinidad. Stephen helped his grandmother care for injured animals. Mars wanted to be a makeup artist for scary movies when he grew up. And Ruthie wanted to be a Broadway star. Emma didn't know what she wanted to be. Was she supposed to know that? Poppy spoke Cantonese. Adam spoke Urdu and Arabic. Carlotta volunteered at a center to help new immigrants. Emma stared down at her skirt. Was cheerleading interesting? Maybe not. She had twin sisters. That was kind of interesting. She had a pet bulldog so old he had to go for walks in a baby stroller. That was interesting, but Emma couldn't share it, not without reminding Lucy of the nickname. I, like cheerleading, Emma said when it was her turn. Mrs. Z nodded and smiled. Then she moved on to Thunder, who told the class that she knew how to speak hamster and was teaching her dog English using buttons with words on them. There was no doubt about it. Emma was the least interesting person in Mrs. Z's class. No one would want to be friends with her. Third grade was doomed. Doomed was a good word. When you used it, grown-ups always said you were exaggerating. But Emma wasn't. She knew doom when she saw it coming. There was more doom at lunchtime. Where was Emma supposed to sit? The first table she passed was mostly boys. Memo motioned her over. This is the dragon's table. Are you a dragon? Was she? An interesting person would say yes, but Emma felt like she needed more information. Maybe tomorrow. Theo nodded. We will be here every day, guarding the treasure. Emma ended up sitting with Rowan, Poppy, Sebastian, and Olive. They were all more interesting than she was. Rowan wanted to be a businessman someday, one who also saved the earth. Poppy had a very cool lunchbox and also 2 parakeets at home. Sebastian had stray cats in his yard. And Olive had chickens. They laid eggs and everything. Do you have pets? She asked Emma. A French bulldog. Emma didn't tell them Bongo's name because what if someone mentioned it to Lucy and she told everybody about the mean nickname she'd given Emma last year? By the end of the day, Emma was exhausted. It was a lot of work to make sure you didn't say anything to remind your enemy why you were enemies. I'll see you tomorrow, Mrs. Z high-fived everyone as they left. It's going to be another great day. Emma held up her hand and got her high five, but she wasn't convinced. Another day in the same class as Lucy? There was nothing great about that. All right, read on to find out more about the kids in Mrs. Z's class. I think you'll like this series.